Of the Trinamool Congress Derek O'Brien on the Supreme Court quashing the Singur land allotment to Tata Motors, and also joining in is Banerjee. Over to you.
Well, thanks very much. Let's get in a first reaction from Derek O'Brien. Derek, this was one of the poll promises that the Trinamool Congress had made, that they would return the land to the farmers at Singur. Your first comments on the verdict that's come in from the Apex Court today?
Well, Shireen, it's a very emotional moment for everyone in Trinamool Congress, and more so for the Chief Minister of the state, Mamata Banerjee, because we've been saying this all along, and today the judgment has vindicated what we believed in, not for the last 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, but for the last 10 years. And I think at this moment we must salute those very brave farmers who hung in there for 10 years in spite of all kinds of difficulties and all kinds of pressure. And it's absolutely, we are actually quite overwhelmed with this. As the Chief Minister put it in her press conference, there was a lot of joy, but for so many of us who've been with Mamata from those early days, there were lots of tears of joy as well.
I can imagine. But Derek, let me ask you about the road ahead now, because the Supreme Court has given the government 12 weeks to redistribute the land to farmers in Singur. Do you believe that you are going to be able to meet that timeline? How complicated is this process of returning the land going to be, and how prepared is the government to be able to do that?
Well, the Supreme Court have made, I haven't read the judgment, but from whatever my colleagues have told me in Delhi, that we will do what it takes to absolutely ensure that the Supreme Court judgment is properly executed. And to do that, we will do what it takes, because it's been a very, very long wait. And I think from what I've been picking up from Delhi is that it's not only about the 600 acres, it's also about the 400 other acres which were not acquired. So those 600 acres which were acquired, that will go back, and the farmers who got that compensation will not have to give their money back because they have not tilled that land for 10 years. So I think it's a double win. And we've been saying this for the last 10 years, but no one has been listening. But now to look ahead, I think we all want industry. Everyone wants industry. Everyone wants cities which are smarter. We want all that. But the basic premise is that you cannot snatch land. And the Supreme Court has made one other observation, calling the entire process faulty. So, it's not about only a win for the Trinamool. I think it's a win for farmers and people who don't want to give up their land when it gets snatched between a government and a corporate. And I don't want to use this happy occasion, because I believe we need to be gracious in victory also. But there's a lot of seething anger still inside, and I'm going to work hard to get it out of my system.
Derek, just on the issue of land acquisition, and as you said that the Trinamool Congress and the West Bengal government are not anti-industrialization, but on land acquisition, because the central law or the amended central law, the government has decided to drop the ordinance. It's not taking that forward. It is now up to state governments to decide what they want to do as far as land acquisition is concerned. What kind of land bank are you working with at this point in time? And what really is the thinking within the Trinamool when it comes to land acquisition now?
2 points on that. You mentioned land bank, Shireen. The industry is more than welcome to come into Bengal. We have large tracts of land still available for industry, and this land has been acquired through quote unquote through a negotiation. So land is not a problem in Bengal. There is a land bank in Bengal. And please do not think that Trinamool Congress is anti-industry. But when land is being picked up, not only double crop but triple crop land is acquired illegally. And not my word, in a faulty way, as the Supreme Court has said. It's in a faulty way, because, this is now is no use me making any sharp comments either on the Tatas or on the left-front government. The Supreme Court have said what they have had to say. So land is not a problem in Bengal. Land is not a problem in Bengal. There is a land bank in Bengal. There is a perception, and I think that perception needs to be removed. Because if you can come to Bengal, if you want 600 acres, 800 acres, we can give you the full plan for using that kind of land. And there's a lot of emotion to this. In fact, Mamata even evoked Mahashweta Devi, the famous writer who passed away a few weeks or months ago. There was some.
I apologize for rushing you, Derek. We'll try and connect with you and talk in more detail, but we've got some macroeconomic breaking news that we need to address at this point in time. So my apologies for cutting this short. Lata, over to you.